Exhilarating sports talk coming up next on The Doug Stewart Show in about 2 minutes. Stay tuned. We're about to have some fun. That's right, sports talk, guy talk, right here on The Doug Stewart Show. Show coming up in about a minute and a half. Hold on. You have entered a no puppet zone. That's right, no puppetry around here. The Doug Stewart Show coming up in about 1 minute. The realest, treeless, most unfiltered sports and guy talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show coming up in about 30 seconds. Yes!
Play this record as frequently as possible.
The Doug Stewart Show
is the best in the world as far as I'm concerned.
This is sports talk for the people. The Doug Stewart Show. It's like the tail wagging the dog. They create the narrative. Don't believe it. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Or are you not entertained? This is sports talk with hot sauce. Texas Pete hot sauce. The Doug Stewart Show. Yeah! What's happening? Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a fantastic, freaky, funny football Friday. Good morning. I think I might be a little bit loud. We'll adjust that during the break. Good morning, Stewies. What's going on with you? Welcome to the realest, treeless sports and guy talk show in America, the Doug Stewart Show. We are in a remote studio today. Let's bring that beat back one more time, though. Bring that beat back one more time. Bring it back one more time. Bring the beat back one more time, man. Bring it back one more time. 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 There we go. All right, so we might have little snafus like that all day long today because we are doing the show remotely today at iHeart Studios downtown ATL. But it's all good. It's all good. Thank you so much for joining your boy on the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. And oh boy, we got a lot of great things we're going to get into today. Shouts out to the Stewies, man. Good morning to you. Shouts out to anybody that's new listening to the show. Thank you for tuning in. So we're down here at iHeart Studios. My man Waterhead Walter is here today. He might pop on for a minute. We got interviews set up. We're going to talk about all of these sports and all of what you are talking about in the world of sports and entertainment. The number to the show, if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, the number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. If you're new to the show, what took you so long, man? Thank you so much for finding us, but what took you so long? We got the best studio audience in the business. We got the best chat room in the business. And we talk the most ish in the business. Yeah, so give us a call at 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. But the easy way to be totally interactive is just to jump into the chat room on Spreaker.com, hit the little chat bubble under the Doug Stewart Show platform page, and then jump in the chat room. We have the best chat room in America, once again, the fantasy island of sports and guy chat, and I call its inhabitants the Stewies. Good morning, Stewies! Big weekend in the world of the NFL, obviously, with the divisional games going on this weekend. So not only will we talk about that, we'll also talk about some major coaching decisions that went down in the NFL on yesterday. Mel Kiper has his first big board out of the year. Yes! I love Kiper. Kiper got a lot of haters, too. But you know as I do, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. Kiper has haters too, man, but I love Mel Kiper, man. He's that guy. So we'll talk about him and what he's looking at as far as the first round of the NFL draft. Early on, he'll probably do like 5, 6, 7, 8 different big boards or whatever. But we'll talk about his first edition for the 2016 draft. Could the Raiders have a new home? Marshawn Lynch, latest. Kobe Bean Bryant, done again? Yeah, I'm a Laker fan if you didn't know. NFL matchups, obviously, this weekend, and anything that you want to talk about or get into on the Doug Stewart Show. You need to follow the show on Spreaker.com, so whenever we go live, maybe it's a difference in time, maybe we're airing another show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, you will be alerted, okay? So make sure you do that. Hit the little follow button. And then make sure you hit the chat button and join in as well. We're going to talk to my man, Ryan Sakamoto. That's right, Ryan Sakamoto from NinersFans.com. In about 20 minutes, he has one of the best blogs out there talking about the San Francisco 49ers. If you've been under a rock and you haven't heard, Chip Kelly is now the new head coach of the 49ers. I think I talked about this on this show a little bit already, but I'll give you my thoughts on Chip Kelly getting a job just after getting fired from another job. I mean, the man got more jobs than he can handle. I mean, everybody needs jobs, and he got more jobs than he can handle. So we'll talk about that with Ryan Sakamoto from NinersFans.com in about 20 minutes, so stay tuned for that. All right, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. The show is brought to you by ID Life. What is ID Life? ID Life is individualized nutrition, okay? ID Life is a place where you can go get a free assessment to find out what you need to get rid of in your daily diet and your nutrition, all right? So to take your free assessment, go to thedugstewartshow.idlife.com. That's thedugstewartshow.idlife.com and take that free assessment and get healthy in 2016. All right, so if you follow your boy on social media, if you follow your boy on social media, I posted last night, and I'm just going to get this out of the way right now. This might spur a little conversation throughout today's show. But I posted last night about this TV show, Making a Murderer. I believe that's the name of the damn show. Yeah, Making a Murderer. And I posted last night on social media that this is the most unbelievable, and I do mean unbelievable, TV show that I've ever seen in my life. Yes. And a bunch of Stewies hit me up, and they were like, man, we've been trying to tell you this for weeks. And I'm slow to the party. I am slow to the party, but me and the wife started watching it a couple of days ago. We basically have been binge watching this show. And I think we're on episode number 5 right now. And when I tell you this thing is so incredibly crazy, nutshell, without giving up too much of the story. And this is a documentary, and this is all factual stuff, and this all actually happened. But, you know, the story is basically about the unjust prosecution of a guy by law enforcement, by the judicial system, and how they basically were framing this guy. And like, I'm not gonna get to the details, man, but I am so hooked on this show, man. If I didn't have to get up early this morning and do radio and bring y'all quality radio and sports and guy talk, I would still be watching that series right now. Unbelievable what goes down in this show. And they keep telling me, everybody in the chat room and on my social media keep telling me that it gets even better. And I'm like, how could that be? How could that be? Like, we're on episode 5, and this thing is so intriguing. Like, we're glued to the TV. Every 5 minutes, me and my wife look over at each other and like, this is crazy. This is unbelievable. So, real good stuff, man. I want to get your thoughts on that. I'm going to read a lot of chat today and get your thoughts on Making a Murderer. The last person that told me to watch this show, and once again, a couple of people, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, a couple of people had been telling me to watch this show for the last couple of weeks. Once again, and I've seen y'all mention it in the chat room, but the last person that told me to check out this show, and he said to me, quote unquote, "It's unbelievable, dude," was Colin Cowherd. This past week, I went to L.A. last weekend, and so I had some conversations with Colin Cowherd, and we were sitting there talking, and he was like, dude, somehow, I don't know how we got on TV. He's like, dude, you got to see this Making a Murderer. And so I came back and started watching it, man, and lo and behold, man, an incredible TV series, man, an incredible TV series. So if you haven't seen it, you haven't heard about it, you need to jump on board, man. Just great TV series. All right, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. A lot to get into today. Obviously, big games this weekend in the world of the NFL. We'll talk about those games a little bit later. I call it the Funky Four, the 4 biggest games in football. We'll get into that conversation and your thoughts on all those games. Divisional weekend in the NFL. Right here on the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah. Once again, Ryan Sakamoto from NinersFans.com. Chip Kelly got another job. Agony. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people are mad. How can Chip Kelly get another job so quickly? I can tell you this, and we'll get into it when we get back. I think we'll hit that first. I get it. I totally get it. I'm not happy. I'm not sad, but I totally get it. All right, so when we get back from the break, we'll talk about Chip Kelly in San Francisco. We'll also talk to, once again, Ryan Sakamoto from NinersFans.com. NFL talk all day long today. Fun. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-File, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. The realest, treeless sports and guy talk show in America. A couple of big moves went down yesterday in the NFL. Obviously, we talked about what happened in New York with the New York Giants. They promote Ben McAdoo to head coach. Young cat, man, 37 years old, I believe. Or no, 38 years old. So my man, Ben McAdoo, is going to be the second youngest coach in the NFL behind Adam Gase, 37, who became the head coach in Miami. So very strange hiring. And then the whole thing they keep talking about with McAdoo is he really helped Eli Manning excel over his first 2 years as being the quarterback's coach. So he gets the head coach job there. You know about Dirk Cutter, what had been talked about and rumored is actually the case. They got rid of Lovie Smith for Dirk Cutter to be the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have to see how that one plays out. The Eagles are going to hire Doug Peterson as head coach for the organization. Now, this guy has been a long-time assistant in the NFL, played 10 years in the league, was an assistant to Andy Reid. The funny thing about that, and I'm sure maybe you guys have talked about it on your own or at the barbershop or something like that, is you give Doug Peterson the job, who's an Andy Reid protege. In effect, what you're saying is you messed up by letting go of Andy Reid. You got the bootleg Andy Reid. Right, you got the poor man's Andy Reid. And Andy Reid, obviously, man, the Kansas City Chiefs just rolling. They blow the hell out of Houston last week, and they're on the road this weekend taking on the New England Patriots. I think they got a real shot. We'll talk about that game a little bit later. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. So I would be kind of sour about that if I was a Philadelphia Eagle fan. And the big story coming out of yesterday is that the San Francisco 49ers do indeed, in fact, hire Chip Kelly as their head coach. He had interviewed probably about a week ago now, or talked to the team about a week ago now, and they go ahead and give him the job. Now, I understand a lot of people are saying, how does Chip Kelly get another job that quick? And I'm the same way to a large degree, where I don't like to see these retread coaches, continue to get opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and you continue to see black head coaches looked over and over and over again. But in this particular case, man, I get it. I 100% get it. And I've said it before now. I got like a love-hate relationship with Chip Kelly. On one hand, I love Chip Kelly and his innovative offense and the fact that he had the testicles to bring it to the NFL, where the NFL is this league where they do things the same way, and this is the way you got to play offense, and this is the way you got to play quarterback. And Chip Kelly just says to hell with all of that. And he came in with his fast pace, offense, no huddle and all of that stuff. 4 or 5 wide receivers, an athletic quarterback that can run the rock as well. So I love that aspect of him. He messed up in Philadelphia, and I've said this many times on this show, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, is he got arrogant. And it got kind of personal with him getting rid of good players, bringing in average players, okay? But if you look at this situation here, there's a couple of things. Number one, he's a West Coast guy, so I think just inherently he feels more comfortable in California and Pac-10 country. Number two, Chip Kelly is not going to have personnel ability, decisions on personnel like he did in Philadelphia, okay? So they're reeling him in a little bit. They're going to have an agreement. The agreement is that you coach the football. We'll, bring in a coaching staff, or we'll bring in a front office that's going to assist you in bringing in and giving you the tools to win out here. And the biggest thing, man, is Colin Kaepernick. There can't be a better person, a better quarterback to run Chip Kelly's offense. You talk about with Marcus Mariota and this whole discussion in the offseason, really, as well, about Chip Kelly somehow reconnecting with Marcus Mariota, whether that's being, a trade in the draft so that the Philadelphia Eagles could draft him, whether it's Chip Kelly going and being the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. That all of that conversation has been out there. Marcus Mariota to me, or Colin Kaepernick to me, is Marcus Mariota, but even a better athlete. I mean, he is. So Marcus Mariota or Colin Kaepernick and Chip Kelly, that relationship, man, could absolutely be incredible. The 49ers did have a lot invested in them. Now, they have the ability to just cut bait on dude and Colin Kaepernick if they wanted to. But why not? Then you won't have a quarterback. Then you'll be like all these other teams out there that are searching for a quarterback that have to give the Ryan Malletts of the world and the Zach Mettenbergers of the world and the Brian Hoyers of the world an opportunity. You got a quarterback that's had great success, okay? You bring in a coach that's going to, accentuate all his great assets. I think it's a great move, man. And another big thing as well about Chip Kelly, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, you can say all you want about dude. But dude had tremendous success in college, 46-7. They won 10 games 2 years in a row, his first 2 years in Philadelphia, okay? The big thing about Chip Kelly, man, that the 49ers are probably banking on, and we're going to talk to my man Ryan Sakamoto from NinerFans.com here in a minute. But the bigger thing that I think the 49ers are banking on is that Chip Kelly gets it the second time around, a la Bill Belichick in Cleveland, and now Bill Belichick in the New England Patriots, with the New England Patriots, is he got it. You adjust things. You get second opportunities. Now, it may not happen. He may go to San Francisco and continue to be the a-hole that he was in the 3 years that he spent in San Francisco. But I'm willing to bet that the San Francisco 49ers are banking on the fact that maybe he gets it and maybe he understands that you can't talk to grown-ass men like these 17, 18-year-old kids coming to the University of Oregon, okay? And so, I mean, this thing has the possibility, man. This has the possibility to work, and it may have the possibility, it should have the possibility to be very big as well for that organization who's been struggling for the last couple of years, okay? So you're talking about Tom Sula. You knew good and well that guy wasn't no damn coach. Mike Singletary struggled. Mike Singletary, love him to death, great football player, man. But Mike Singletary, to me, seems like a guy that's a position guy, a position coach, a guy that could be a defensive coordinator, maybe at best. Some cats just not built to be head coaches. Jim Tom Sula, Mike Singletary. I don't know. Now, this whole thing, once again, could fall on their face, but I'm sure that the 49ers had long discussions with dude about what they expect, what they don't want to see, what they do want to see, and they're giving him like $28 million, man, on this deal. I actually think it's a good move. What are your thoughts on that? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. From Vince Wright, he says Mocha getting that vitamin D this weekend. Why y'all talking about Mocha and getting vitamin D already? Yes, sir. There we go. From RC, I see you, Vince, Andre, Jarvis, Jay, Callie, Jay, Cy, Dobby, Brian, T-Dub. Good morning to all the Stewies out there. He giving a Stewie shout out. From Sly, the sports guy, he says, so when the white man says watch, you watch? Brother's been telling you for weeks now. No, it was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back, you know. I mentioned earlier how Colin Cowherd told me when I was in L.A., national syndicated radio host. He was telling me how I should go and check out this show, Making a Murderer. And I started watching from that. He was kind of like the last straw that said, wait a minute, everybody talking about this show. This show got super buzz talking about Making a Murderer. I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. Yeah, so he was like the final straw, or the final straw that broke the camel's back and going and watching that show. But, yeah, Making a Murderer, man, incredible story. Waterhead, can you jump on here for a second? Let me show this your microphone here. This one? Yeah, that's you? That's you? Go ahead, talk. No, that's not you. We should have done this. There we go.
Check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen this TV show?
Not at all.
Okay, I got Waterhead Walter, assistant producer to the Doug Stewart Show.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, now, really, technically, we can get you full-time producer. That wasn't funny. That wasn't funny. So have you haven't seen this TV show yet, Making a Murderer?
No, but I was addicted to one show that I can say is incredible on Netflix, which was Narcos.
Right.
I love that one.
Completed Narcos about 2 weeks ago. Phenomenal show. They're going to do. I just read that they're going to do a season 2 of Narcos.
They have to. The way that it ended. Well, I'm not going to give it away if anybody hadn't seen it, but
well, you kind of know the story.
Yeah. We all know the story about not Sage. Goodness gracious! Now it sounds like I don't know the guy, but big drug lord down in Colombia.
Yeah. And for some reason, I'm drawing a blank right now as well. And I just watched 12 episodes.
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So Pablo Escobar. So you know the story, and I'm kind of tempted to go and read up on exactly what happened with this Stephen Avery guy on Wikipedia. But I don't, because I don't remember the actual story when it was going on.
And Wikipedia might charge you for saying that, too.
Yeah, $3. But incredible story, man. That's something you need to watch. You told me you've been watching Luther.
Yeah, I did start Luther. It was...
Luther is Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And Idris Elba. And he's like a cop or something like that?
Yeah, he's a cop.
CSI type guy?
Not necessarily a CSI. You can tell that he's recovering from something.
Uh-huh.
So dude got mad problems. This is one of very few times us as Americans can hear him in his native
British accent. Yeah. Dude has a real deep British accent.
Heavy.
And, he's talking like himself. It's very, very strange to see a cat that's been playing the role of American characters. And so in effect, what they're doing, right?
A black brother,
right? In effect, what they're doing is they're acting even to a greater extent.
Yeah.
When they talk in America, in American dialect, I guess is the way to say it. And then when you hear them back in their home accent and dialect, man, real interesting stuff.
I tried, it didn't work. I tried, it just never worked for me.
Huh?
I tried it.
You can't do the British accent.
I can't for the life.
Cheerio, Walter.
It's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it.
All right, man. We're gonna jump to a break. When we get back, man, we're gonna talk to Ryan Sakamoto, blogger, one of the biggest blogs, websites for the San Francisco 49ers, talking about this hire this past weekend. We'll get into a little bit more than just Chip Kelly. Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show.
Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
National
855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday brought to you by ID Life. What is ID Life? ID Life is a movement, a game changer, the Netflix of wellness and fitness. If you want to get healthier in 2016 and find out what you need as far as supplements and as far as a lifestyle change, go to thedugstewartshow.idlife.com. That's thedugstewartshow.idlife.com and get more details about ID Life. Joining me right now on the line is Ryan Sakamoto from NinerFans.com, all the way from the West Coast. Ryan, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. So we wanted to get you on. Obviously, the big news coming out of the NFL yesterday, Chip Kelly is now the new head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. I guess from a general standpoint question, are Niners fans happy with this new hire?
I think overall the Niners fans are pretty much happy. I think they would rather have a big name like Sean Payton or Tom Coughlin. I took a poll on my Twitter, and actually it came down between Coughlin, Kelly. It looks like Coughlin was winning out at 41%. Sean Payton, Sean Payton. Chip Kelly was only at 28%, and then Mike Shanahan was the majority, was the remainder. So when you look at overall, I think they are happy with Kelly, but at the same time, you know, it's kind of a coin toss right at this point because he's been having a bad rep coming out of the Eagles. A lot of the players, especially on the defense side of the ball, aren't happy with the way they're getting so many reps in because of the offense is just basically a run and shoot basketball team. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out in San Francisco.
Talking to Ryan Sakamoto right now from NinerFans.com about the Chip Kelly hire. Obviously, he has a big reputation and a big brand, especially on the West Coast with the great success that he had at Oregon. Do you think that maybe because, you know, the fans are kind of iffy on Chip Kelly, that they'll still give him the chance because of the great success that he did have in the Pac-10 out there, you guys' conference?
Yeah, I do. I think he is a college coach who transitions well to the NFL. I mean, he's one of, I believe, only 4 coaches in the last 15 years to have a winning record coming from college to pro. The other 2 also are in the NFC West. And you think about guys like Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh. So that's pretty good company when you're talking about the transition from college to pro. Now, can it translate into the NFL? Well, we've kind of seen Kelly do it before. He took the Eagles, who I think were 4-12 the year prior to him coming to Philadelphia, and then he turned them into a 10-6 NFC East champions, and he had both 10-6 seasons back to back in his first two years Philadelphia. So, when you look at the bigger picture, I think they looked at that, and they also looked at this, at how he does with this innovative offense and the spread offense and the read option. And what does that mean? That means that Kaepernick will probably be back in San Francisco, and he's probably going to be in the camp battle with Blaine Gabbert. And Blaine Gabbert also played in the spread at Missouri. So when you take those factors into account, now sure, all these discussions took place with Balky behind closed doors that, what's your vision for the quarterback position going forward? Because at this point in time, you have two quarterbacks, and it's just kind of, he wants to get a feel of which offense works best, and it turns out that the spread offense is probably the most universal for the quarterbacks he has in place.
Talking to Ryan Sakamoto right now from NinerFans.com on the Doug Stewart Show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. You just talked a little bit about the quarterback situation. Colin Kaepernick, dynamic his first couple of years, obviously taking you guys to a Super Bowl, another NFC Championship game. Have the fans soured on Colin Kaepernick? It basically sounds like because of this move, they actually took down his jersey from the website where it was on clearance. It sounds like this move was done in part because it's to revive Colin Kaepernick's career. What do you think about Kaepernick, and what do fans of the 49ers think about Colin Kaepernick?
Absolutely. A lot of the 49ers fan base is extremely loyal, but when you look at everything, and yeah, you're right with the whole jerseys, they did take it off clearance, but I think the fan base is split. I think half the fan base wants Kaepernick to leave. I think, he said he's just not the pure pocket passer that we had hoped. He's gunzo. He can't read the defense, so let's get rid of him. The other fan base is very loyal, so they'll be like, oh, no, Kaepernick 100%. He took us to the Super Bowl. He's one of only, the last quarterback in so many years to take their team to the playoffs and the Super Bowl since 1994. So when you look at that and you look at his potential, I think that's what people are holding on to. Because when you look at him from a physical standpoint, he has it. He has the legs. He has the arm strength. He has everything you need physically. He's a very physically gifted athlete. So when you look at that, you kind of have to say, hey, can you live up to that potential? Steve Young just said, if there's anybody who's going to resurrect Colin Kaepernick's career, it's Chip Kelly. So when you hear something like that from Steve Young, people listen. And at the end of the day, I think this is his last straw. If he can't get it done under Chip Kelly's offense, I think all is lost with Kaepernick. But not just yet. I think he's going to have one more chance to prove himself in San Francisco. Finishing
up with Ryan Sakamoto right now from NinerFans.com with the Doug Stewart Show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Obviously, the big story is, Chip Kelly being the head coach. What else are Niner fans talking about? What's the next hot topic when you talk Niner football?
Well, now that Chip Kelly's in place, I think the next thing you have to look forward to is free agency and draft. Can Chip Kelly bring in free agents, and can Balky draft the right players, and can both of them coexist? They're both big egos, right? So can they coexist? If at number 7, the 49ers draft at number 7, Balky wants to trade down and get more ammo and get more picks, even though he's projected to have 12 already, will Chip Kelly be okay with that if he wants a player at 7? I mean, they need a wide receiver. If Anquan Bolden's not coming back and you have Laquan Treadwell from Ole Miss sitting right there at 7, and you know how Chip Kelly's offense runs 3-5 wide receiver sets, the Niners need a wide receiver. If they only draft if they don't draft it or don't get anyone in free agency, and Laquan Treadwell, who's number 1 on my big board right now, heading into NFL Combine also before All-Star game, how can you go against the grain and not take the Ole Miss product? It's something that it's going to have to be. They're going to have to fight it out. It's a power struggle between Balky and Kelly, and can that dynamic work? Who knows? Time will tell. I think that's the thing that everyone's concerned about right now, is because Kelly's such. He had personnel issues before. Balky doesn't like giving up personnel control. How is that dynamic going to work? That's the question, and if they two can coexist for the long term. If not, then you're just going to have another hardball Balky, kind of argument day in and day out, and then it'll just be a little circus. So that's the hot thing that I would think that people are talking about right now.
Ryan Sakamoto from NinerFans.com. Ryan, thank you so much for the time, man.
All right, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, they got they got some decisions to make down there or out there on the West Coast with the San Francisco 49ers trying to rebuild that team. This is obviously a big move, a huge move for the organization as they bring in Chip Kelly to be their head coach. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. What are your thoughts about Chip Kelly? I'm going to read a lot of chat when we get back from the break. What we're going to do is we're going to read chat. We're going to talk about the Chip Kelly story. I'll read some of your chat concerning the Chip Kelly story, as well as we'll quickly do some birthdays as well here today down at the studios of iHeartRadio, as well as 640 WGST in ATL. We're going to do that, and I want to jump into Mel Kiper's big board. I don't think that it's too early to do that as well. We'll kind of review some of the more interesting, picks. And I mean, I know it's months and months before, probably 3-4 months before the draft, but this is what we do. This is what we do, man. And we talk about the NFL. We talk about the NFL draft, so no better time than to do it today and talk about Kiper's big board. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Marshawn Lynch is in the news as well. Kobe's in the news, too. Shouts out to Jimmy Butler. Goes for 53 last night. Yes! You talk about a guy that I never saw this coming from. The great Jimmy Butler. 53 points last night, man, in a big win for the Chicago Bulls. All right, don't go away. Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Texas Pete Hot Sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Birthdays and Kiper draft board coming up next. Don't go away.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, at lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
You talk about dramatic. I'm going to wait till it dropped, though.
Let's take it back to the streets, mother.
Yes, sir. Let's take it back to the streets or to the studio. Hey, welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Celebrating birthdays. Before I jump into these, the big board, Mel Kiper's big board, let's talk about some birthdays, man. Celebrating their 35th birthday today is Pitbull. Happy birthday to him. Is he a producer, DJ? What is he classified as, Walter? Hold on, we got you up. There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Is he classified as a DJ or is he a?
He's a music artist.
He's just a music artist. He can play music.
Yeah. I mean, well, he
play
got his own,
instruments?
he got his own. Well, I don't
So
know.
you're-
If he plays
you're-
instruments. He got his own music though.
Your interpretation as a youngster that you are of being a musician is different than mine. Being a musician means that you can actually play instruments.
He used to rap. If you like, for those who don't know, he
Okay,
started.
he a rapper.
Yeah,
he a
started
rapper.
rapping.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's like the Puerto Rican Lil Jon. That's pretty much what he's become, right?
Yeah, he started with Lil Jon at first. Actually, he
All right.
started with Lil Jon a while back. So yeah,
So he's 35 years old today. Happy birthday to that
That's
dude.
it?
Yeah, you think he older than that?
I thought he was.
He probably is, man. You know these cats lie in the industry. Celebrating their 45th birthday today is Regina King. Happy birthday to Regina King. Big fan of hers. Great actress.
Boondocks.
My memory, my fondest memory of Regina King is you talked about, me and you were talking off air about you play pool. And Regina King actually was in Vegas and witnessed me and Ryan kick much ass in the Alonzo Mourning Celebrity Pool Tournament, where we actually won the damn tournament.
Y'all want to watch off of that, right?
Oh, we won a nice watch.
Yeah.
We each won a watch. We didn't have to share to watch anything like that. And so Regina King was actually in the tournament. She got put out in the very first round, but she stuck around and admired the way that your boys pushed their sticks. Yes, sir. And so she's 45 years old today. Happy birthday to Regina King. And celebrating his 36th birthday today is Atlanta's own Young Dro.
He's old.
He's old to be a rapper.
He's old.
Especially the type rap that he does. He's pretty damn old. So happy birthday to him. Oh, yeah, one more. The great Mario Van Peebles turns 59 years old today. Mario Van Peebles is almost 60 years old. Jesus, take the wheel. Happy birthday, Mario Van Peebles.
Got one more, man. You forgot about one.
Who?
AKAs, man.
Today's AK's birthday?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to the AKAs.
Love me some AKAs.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, me too. I got, but yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday to the AKAs. You know the P&G connection, pink and green, purple and gold. We used to have P&G connection parties back in the day.
Okay.
We did. And, the Deltas didn't like it, and we love everybody. The Deltas are sisters, quote unquote sisters, but we got down with the Akas back in the day a little bit too. The Qs and the AKAs in South Carolina State. What's their chapter called in South Carolina State? No, it's not Beta.
We had the side chapter.
It might be Beta Delta. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah.
But shouts out to the AKAs in South Carolina State. What y'all know about that P&G connection, baby? Pink and green, purple and gold. Happy birthday, Akas. Y'all just had a birthday a couple weeks ago. Walter's a alpha.
Oh,
I rarely have you on.
about a month ago, December 4th.
Yeah, happy birthday, man, to you.
Appreciate
All right, now,
it,
404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, I mentioned it earlier in today's show. We're going to jump to some of your chat here in a second. I mentioned earlier on today's show, Mel Kiper has just come out with his first big board of the year for the NFL draft. I picked out a couple of teams and the picks And all of this is going to change, and none of this. It's just fun to talk football and about the draft. I'm a big fan of the draft. I picked out a couple of teams and players that I thought were interesting who Kiper had listed in his first round. Number 30, the Arizona Cardinals taking Leonard Floyd, outside linebacker for the Georgia Bulldogs. Explosive player, man, for the Bulldogs throughout his career, man. So they got the Cardinals taking him at number 30. He's got Ezekiel Elliott going number 29 to the Denver Broncos. You know, the Broncos always have great success with their running game and that blocking scheme that seemingly they've had for a long, long time. So Elliott to the Denver Broncos at number 29. Number 21, the Washington Redskins taking Mackenzie Alexander, the cornerback from the Clemson Tigers, who was hurt in this past week's national championship game, but tremendous ball skills, shutdown corner type defensive back. So that he has him going 21 to the Redskins. Number 20, Jalen Smith, young man that tore up his knee in the bowl game this year, linebacker for Notre Dame. This dude, you know who he reminds me of? What was the guy's name? And I'm drawing a blank right now. Oh, man. He played linebacker for the Penn State Nittany Lions, played for the Washington Redskins. He's like a LeVar Arrington. Thank you, Walter. It's good to have Walter actually in studio and not in a separate studio outside of mine. But LeVar Arrington, that type of athlete, and Walter, you probably won't remember, but LeVar Arrington back in the day, man, was like a beast athlete.
No, I remember because
you were a little boy when LeVar Arrington played at Penn State.
Yeah, I watched a little bit. He came along to the Redskins, of course, along before Sean, the great Sean Taylor.
Right, yeah. So Jalen Smith, that type of player, just a phenomenal athlete, can play inside or outside. They have him going number 20th, or Kiper has him going number 20th to the New York Jets. Number 19, the Buffalo Bills got Jonathan Allen, defensive end from Alabama. That's going to be a theme here. Just stay tuned. So Jonathan Allen, the defensive end from Alabama, going to the Buffalo Bills. Number 17, he's got our Atlanta Falcons taking Kevin Dodd, defensive end from Clemson. Number 16, Jared Reed, defensive lineman from Alabama. All right, that's two linebackers or two defensive players from Alabama in the first round. So he's got the Lions taking Jaron Reed, defensive lineman from Alabama. Number 15, Paxton Lynch, quarterback from Memphis, going to the Rams. Number 13, Robert Kimdichie, defensive lineman from Ole Miss, going to Philadelphia. Number 11, Reggie Ragland, who is a beast, linebacker from Alabama, going to Chicago. He fits the Chicago mantra of linebackers in earnest. I mean, that sounds like a perfect fit. You talk about a big, strong, like physical linebacker. Reggie Ragland is that dude. He has him going number 11 to Chicago. Number 10, Miles Jack, linebacker from UCLA, going to the Giants. Phenomenal athlete as well. This is a cat that played running back and linebacker for UCLA his first couple of years there. Tore up his knee, so in effect dropped out of school to prepare for the NFL draft. One interesting thing before I get to the last couple of picks, very interesting over the last couple of years, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and we're brought to you by ID Life. Very interesting how cats that have had major knee surgeries and hurt themselves over the last couple of years, Todd Gurley being the most recent example, even with the tragic knee injuries, ACL blowouts, these cats are still going in the first round. And maybe it's because of technology. These teams know that, based on what the doctors tell them, the extent of the injury, that they're going to be 100% at some point very, very soon. Much different than the way it was 20 years ago as far as these ACL surgeries. So that's actually a very, very good thing. Number 8, the Miami Dolphins taking Shaq Lawson, defensive end out of Clemson. Number 7, San Francisco taking Laquan Treadwell, the all-world wide receiver. We just talked to my man Ryan on the phone just now about the 49ers. He mentioned something about Laquan Treadwell, wide receiver for Ole Miss. Number 1, the number 1 pick in the draft, the Tennessee Titans, and it's almost like a consensus, Joey Bosa, defensive end from Ohio State. And when I see Joey Bosa, automatically thinking, I think these teams are probably thinking as well, they're probably thinking J.J. Watts. That's exactly who they're probably thinking is J.J. Watt as far as that type of player, big, burly, strong, physical, just real nasty, aggressive defensive linemen. I don't know why we always compare white players to white players and black players to black players, but I just did it again. Joey Bosa, yeah, number one by the Tennessee Titans coming out of Ohio State. So that's what he's thinking with his first big board of the year in college football. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me read some of your chat here. From Vince Wright, I see you too, Thorny. I'm wearing my UGA sweatshirt today, too. Yeah, Big Vince came down to the Doug Stewart Show 1-year anniversary and bought him some Georgia paraphernalia from Jarvis J. If I'm Leonard Fournette, I'm thinking I'll pass on this college football season. No, real talk. Real talk. I mean, me and Ryan had a big discussion about that on the Two Live Stews last weekend, I believe it was. And, you know, we've seen it in the NBA. Who can I think of? Brandon Jennings. Brandon Jennings kind of, sort of did it, point guard for Detroit now. You know, first when he came out of college, he was with the Milwaukee Bucks. But he surpassed, you know, playing college, and he went overseas, made him some money, and then he came back to the NBA. I think you're going to start to see that a lot more, especially if they continue to try not to pay these boys what they're worth in college football. And I don't think Fournette's going to do it. He hadn't made or talked about, you know, actually doing anything like that. Kind of goes back to, you remember Mike Williams at USC? You remember Maurice Clarett? They kind of, you know, argued the fact that they wanted to go into the NFL. They got shot down, weren't able to do it. But, you know, maybe, you know, because of how much money these cats are making and the big conversation about paying college athletes and the NCAA not paying college athletes, maybe at some point very soon we will see a Leonard Fournette or a high-profile player coming back to college when everybody and their mama knows that they can make big money in the NFL. Maybe we will see somebody just sit out a year on purpose. You know, maybe they play minor league, or no, they wouldn't play football at all. I was about to say that maybe they play minor league football, but that wouldn't be the case at all. The purpose for you sitting out would be to avoid injury. You risk the fact that you get a little bit rusty because you can't duplicate, you know, game speed. I get that, but I mean, it's talking about money. You're talking about big, big money. So maybe we will see something like that, or more of that type of thing in that conversation happening in the next couple of years. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break on the Doug Stewart Show, the realest, truest sports and guy talk show in America, could the Raiders have a new home? And not in L.A. Not in L.A. I'll tell you about that. We'll talk about that. It will be hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. Keep it locked.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Doug Stewart here to tell you about the folks at Strickland Security and one of their new security services. As I've told you before, these guys are your security experts. But what you didn't know is that they also handle security coverage for celebrities and special events here in Atlanta. Due to popular demand, the team at Strickland Security has created Celebrity Night Out Security Transportation Service. Want to impress the wife or girlfriend? Want to make sure your wife or your daughter is safe while out on the town with friends? You need this service. With a Celebrity Night Out service, 2 licensed and trained security professionals in black suits will pick you up in a black SUV and will deliver you and your party to your destination. These trained professionals can either stay by your side during the evening or wait for you outside. With these guys, you can truly relax and enjoy yourself because they're going to ensure your safe return home. Uber is a great service, but let's face it, they don't have your back if something goes wrong. In other words, if something pops off, they gone. So, whether you're planning something special, attending a holiday party, or just looking to have a stress-free night on the town, contact the team at Strickland Security and ask them about the Celebrity Night Out service. Trust me on this one. You will look and feel like a true celebrity or the president and the first lady. Yes, sir. Contact Strickland Security at 800-422-9075 or StricklandSecurity.com. That's StricklandSecurity.com.
Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show, baby. Yes, sir. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. I'm going to jump to some chat here in a second, man. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Happy Friday to you. Be careful on them streets, man. I don't know where you're listening to the show from. First of all, thank you for listening to the show. But here in ATL, it's nasty outside. I mean, real nasty. It's a freaking monsoon out there, man. It's raining like crazy. Cats and dogs, virtually. And so be careful out there on them streets this weekend. So we're doing the show tomorrow morning, the 2 live stews. So I'm going to be able to chill and watch all of the football on Saturday. But Sunday, my baby girl got another track meet. She's going to handle her business at the Megaplex in Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama. They got this incredible indoor facility in Birmingham. So your boy is going to bring his baby girl, the LOP, out there, man. She's running the 60-meter dash. She's running the, I think it's a 60-meter hurdle, something like that. She's also running the 200 this Sunday. So I'm going to have to DVR these games because I think the game started at actually 1 o'clock Saturday. We're leaving. Here's the thing about track, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We're going to have to leave the house at like 6 a.m. Saturday morning. So she has 2 events, one at like 10, and the other one is scheduled for like 12. So we would be able to leave if that was her last event. But she has one more event that she has to run. I think the 200 is last. She's not going to run that till 4:30. So we're going to leave our house at 6 in the morning. We're going to have a 6-hour gap where she's not going to be doing anything for the most part, or a 5-hour gap. And we are absolutely killing an entire day in Birmingham, Alabama. That's that track life. If you got kids and you think that, because this was what I was thinking about my daughter, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, she's a very good athlete. I mean, very good athlete. You know, first time she ran track last year, and so I could kind of see it in her. She's very competitive, so I said, I'm going to get this girl involved with track, and she's excelling in it. But when I tell you that this track life is hard, believe me on that. This track life is hard. It's hard, Shawty. So buyer beware. If you think about getting your kids involved in track and field, man, all I'm going to tell you is time consuming. Oh, yeah. And it's not just a Saturday here, a Saturday there. The track season, if you're really trying to medal, if you're trying to have your team be competitive, if you're trying to be competitive against all these other kids all over the country that take this track and field thing serious, track is 10 months. Okay? They started indoor probably about in November, I believe, and they aren't done till I believe like the end of August. Yeah, so you basically get like 2 months off, and then you're back out there training, and that's what it take for this track life. This track life is serious. Just be careful. I open up a can. Man, in this whole track thing. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Red McCombs, owner of the San Antonio Spurs, in an interview with ESPN San Antonio on Wednesday, says that he talked to the Raiders owner Mark Davis on Tuesday after the team withdrew its application to relocate to Los Angeles. According to Bleacher Report, Davis owns land in San Antonio area where he could build them a stadium. The San Antonio Raiders? McCombs says San Antonio has several locations that would work to build a stadium and that he has 12 corporate sponsors lined up with serious commitments already. Must be nice just to call up a dude and be like, man, I got a little bit of land that I'm not using. You got so much land, you so rich that just on the humbug, you call a dude up that owns an NFL team like, I got a couple of acres of land, man. Y'all can have it. Or you can have it and we can partner up and we can do something together. Just uproot your team from Oakland and bring them to San Antonio. What a time. What a time, Fessa. So that's on the table as well. The Raiders got like a year to make a decision on whether they want to go and, like, in effect, partner up as well with the St. Louis Rams. And they can, in effect, be a partner or they could be like a renter in L.A. with the new stadium that they're going to build there. And my man, Red McCombs, is like, listen, dude, I got some land. Just come on through. Holla at a player when you see him in the streets. Holla at a player when you see him in the streets. Incredible, man. Must be nice. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. From Andre Elam, Doug, my daughter run for the powerful Westlake High, winners of 4 straight titles in the largest classification in Georgia. Yeah, I know all about Westlake. I went to, my daughter was in a couple of track meets last year at Westlake High. For people who are not from Atlanta, Westlake is where Cam Newton, right, Waterhead? Give me Cam Newton and Pac-Man went there, right? Yeah, and they got like a phenomenal track program. You're right. 4 years in a row that they've won the state track and field championship. Yeah, baby girl ran out there a couple of times last year as well for some of those end of the year meets. So Andre, you definitely know what I'm talking about. If your daughter is that accomplished, she just shouldn't start doing it this year. It's not like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. There's no real naturals where if they don't put in the time, I'm talking 10 months, that you can just go out there just off the street and think you're going to be good at track and field. You ain't the only person that can run. These girls can run, okay? These girls can run, man, and they put in the time and the work and the effort, man. And so your daughter could be very talented. She may do okay, but the conditioning that it takes to be competitive, man, to complete a 400-meter, man, to complete a 200-meter, because a 200-meter is basically a sprint. The 400-meter is a sprint. So to build up your endurance to complete those races, man, takes a lot of time, man, and a lot of practice.
So do you practice with her when you guys are like at home? Do you run with her at all?
You do know I run competitive masters track. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Well, I hadn't for the last 2 years. I did for like 3 years in a row. But the last 2 years, man, I pulled my hamstring like 3 years ago, man, and I hadn't been the same. I mean, that's what happens when you get old, Waterhead. And so,
being a youngster.
A couple times last year, I did get on the track with them and did they workout. I did their workout. Now, they did like they were doing like, maybe they did like 8 200s in a particular practice. The warm-up is crazy long in track. So the warm-up is tough as hell in itself.
That's a workout for some folk.
Right. It's a workout for some folk. So I did the workout with them, which is like 30, 40 minutes. They did like 8 200s this particular day I worked out with them. They did like 8 200s, and I did like 4 of them. Like when they were going back to line up, I took a break in between. But when I ran, and you're talking about my daughter's age group was like 11, and they also ran at this particular time of the year. The high school girls were running with them. And one of the track girls at McEachern High, they trained at McEachern High. One of the girls actually got like a scholarship, a big scholarship to Oregon. And her specialty is the 200 and the 400. And I was keeping up with her in the 200. Now, she had like a step ahead of me, and she was blocking me out, so that I couldn't pass her.
But you wasn't.
But the old man, almost 50 years old, was right with her. Like it was probably 8 people in a group in a heat, and I was second behind this young lady. And this lady is going to Oregon on a full scholarship. Her name is Mackenzie, and I don't know Mackenzie's last name.
We need to work on that hamstring. We need to work on that hamstring.
Oh man, I mean Walter, you can't tell, but your boy was a pretty good athlete back in the day. I mean, actually, some people would say I was a playground legend. I haven't told you the time, Walter, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. It's good to have you in here, man. A lot of times, I can't explain it to people, but the way our studio is set up normally.
I'm on the other side of the glass.
You're on the other side of the glass, and so I don't, he's working, he's doing a lot of things. So it's kind of fun to have you in here today for a little change of pace. But, Walter, when I was in the second grade, you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. When I was in second grade, second, third, fourth, fifth grade, I routinely ran for 3,000 plus yards in the season.
Legends are made in the second grade.
Shut up, studio audience. We didn't bring you out for you to act like this. Yeah, routinely 3,000 plus yards, 30 touchdowns. That was kind of like the benchmark for me.
Man.
Now, it kind of dipped off a little bit as I got older in the JV and the varsity and the college. I had 1 touchdown in college. But I did have 1 touchdown.
Yeah, at least that's what I'm saying. At least you scored. I never scored a touchdown.
Yeah,
I never scored a touchdown.
I have 1 official touchdown for the Newberry Indians, which are now the Newberry Wolves, I think they call themselves.
Uh-huh.
I have 1 touchdown in my freshman year, and it was actually on a trick play. So what?
It's still
it don't matter.
It's a touchdown.
This is a true story.
Y'all get a man a break.
This is a true story. Damn, studio audience, y'all some haters.
I got a saying on my show that I always say, "Let me be great." And in this case, let Doug be great.
Man, let me be great. Yeah, I have 1. This is official. I don't think I've ever said this or talked about this in the show. I actually just remembered. I have 1 rushing touchdown on record when I played at Newberry College, Newberry, South Carolina, upstate South Carolina. It was a game against, I think, Catawba, or maybe it was Mars Hill. You probably never even heard of it.
I heard of Mars Hill.
Yeah, I think it was against Mars Hill. But going into the half, all week they had worked on this play because I had mass speed back in that day, Walter. I'm trying to tell you. But I actually wasn't a starter. I was the backup as a true freshman. Controversy behind that. That's part of the reason why I left, because I wasn't playing with them ninjas. I was supposed to be out there playing or whatever. Okay. You shut up. I was. But anyway, they had this little hook and ladder play. You know what the hook and ladder is, right?
Yep.
So right before the half, I come in. We're in like a shotgun formation, and we have like 3-4 wides. They throw the little hook pattern to the wide out. He does a little hook, button hook or whatever, and I come around behind him, and he tosses me the ball, and I go 60-plus yards for the touchdown with no time left on the clock.
That's valid.
No time left on the clock, baby.
That's a valid touchdown.
When they make a special play for you, that's saying something, right?
That's valid.
That's saying something, right?
They like they said in the old NCAA games, he got the get away from the cop speed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Dexter Manley. But, yeah, so when they design a specific play for you, and also another time in that year as well, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Matter of fact, I'll save that story when we get back from the break. They had another special play for me as well that didn't end up so well. I'll tell you about that as well when we get back from the break. Yeah, I had 2 design plays for me. I returned punts and kicks that year as well.
You know I used to kick field goals.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I used to kick. I'll tell you that later.
I never kicked. So my 1 year at Newberry College, they had 2 plays designed for me. One I scored, the other one I didn't. I returned kicks, returned punts. This is as a true freshman. And I did start the last 2 games of the season because the guy that they started ahead of me, and we cool.
Yeah.
The guy started ahead of me got hurt. So I started the last 2 games of the season, and I was out of that bitch. Yes, sir. Hey, when we get back from the break, man, more fun, more sports talk with Hot Sauce. Texas Pete Hot Sauce. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show.
Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-File, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7.
Hit me!
There's not a minute to spare.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to all the Stewies. Thank you for tuning in today on a fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. We're going to get to the Funky Four here in a second. The 4 biggest games in football this weekend is actually, there's only 4 games to talk about, but I'll give you some of my thoughts on those games and the matchups and who I like to win. Don't go and bet no damn money, but I'll give you my thoughts. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at dougstewartshow.com. Before we jump back into the sports talk, Waterhead was telling me something during the break that I find absolutely phenomenal. This is kind of a little different little flavor today. We got him in studio. And he told me something just remarkable, and I wanted him to come on and talk about it. You told me during the break, and how old are you, man?
I'm 27. 27 years old.
Waterhead's a youngster. He got milk around his mouth, around his mustache. But you told me you kicked barefoot in high school?
Yeah. High school and college.
What black person you know kick barefooted?
What black offensive lineman?
What black kicker you know, first of all? Not only what black kicker do you know, what black kicker you know that kick barefoot?
So the story is, man.
Hey, man, explain this to me and my listeners.
All right,
how I'm in the presence of a black man that kick with no shoes on. Who are you, the Kunta Kinte of kicking?
Pun intended, right?
Did you not have enough money for a shoe? Why would you kick without a shoe?
I couldn't feel the ball. No Sandusky, but I couldn't feel the ball on my foot. I couldn't feel the ball on my foot.
That was pretty good.
Basically.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But basically what the story is, I mean, at the time I was an offensive lineman. And one of the things my dad used to always tell me was a coach will always take somebody that has multiple positions. If he can play center and he can do long snap, I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So one day I was leaving the practice field and I had already, took the starting position. It was some guys on the practice field just kicking the football just every which way. I went down and said, let me try it. And so they was like, man, you can't kick. I said, let me try. He's like, all right. And I said, I bet I make it. And he's like, all right, we made a bet. I made it.
Right.
And so they was like, do it again. Almost like it did.
With your shoe off.
Yeah. And I did it again with my shoe off. So, of course, I transferred high schools, went to Stevenson High School the next year. And same deal, same story. Coaches didn't believe it. My dad kept telling them that I could kick.
Well, Walter, it's understandable that they wouldn't believe a ninja's kicking barefoot. I mean, what do you? Yeah, it's believable. Nobody's gonna believe that.
But then, of course, I did the same thing there. Kick.
And first of all, this ain't 1946. They did that type of stuff back in the day. What was the guy named Jack Dempsey? Kicked. He had half a foot.
Yeah.
I think he was barefoot when he was kicking too. When he kicked that 63-yarder.
But it's really, if you really look into it, it's very tough to, like, when you're kicking, you have to feel the ball. And you play golf, right?
Feel the ball. Yeah, I play golf. Right,
okay,
right.
So when you make that swing, when you swing
some
the
people
club,
say I say I play golf. A lot of people will disagree with you.
But when you swing the club, you feel the ball when it hits the club head, correct?
Yeah, to a degree.
To a degree.
I would feel it if I had on a shoe, too, if I was kicking a football.
Well, the same deal with the football.
That was a horrible example, Walter.
I was successful at it. I was good at it.
I wear a glove when I hit a golf ball, when I swing a club, and I feel it. That's the comparison I would make. The glove that I use for my golf club is the same as the shoe I would use to kick a ball. I'm just saying, Walter, I mean,
longest
at some point, we have to inspect your black card, man, and see if the term is run out or something like that.
No. I didn't read up on my black
card. And for people that don't know, this is an extended conversation with Waterhead Walter on the Doug Stewart Show. Well, one of the first times we've had you on before, but not to this degree.
Multiple times, yeah.
The studio that we normally do the show from, whenever I do it at iHeart Studios, was booked today. So we're actually in a different studio. I've done the show here probably 4 or 5 times this year in the last 8 months since we've been doing the show on 640 WGST. So we've always used the same studio in the same scenario. We didn't have the ability to have you in studio with us. But this studio, you're actually in the same room with me.
Yes, sir.
So you played college football at where? Tell the Stewies where you played at.
Benedict College, Columbia, South Carolina. Not that far from South Carolina State.
Now, let me tell you about the Benedict Tiger football program. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. They came back. They started playing football again after a long hiatus in the mid-'90s. They hadn't played football in 40 years? Maybe 30 years?
Yeah.
Benedict's record since the mid-1990s to now is, I think, 2-98.
Okay, that's a lie. That's a lie in itself. Okay, I'm not gonna take that. Because first of all,
how many games y'all won last year?
No, I think we. Oh no, we didn't win any last year.
Y'all didn't win any last year.
The year before. The year before.
So how much am I lying? How much am I lying?
I know you're lying because my first 2 years there, we won 2 games the first season, and then the next season we went 6-5.
Oh, so you can verify?
I can verify
more than 2 wins.
Yes.
Okay.
I can account for more than 2.
Yeah,
5 of those.
I was embellishing. I was embellishing.
Okay, but you're not far off. We have had a very subpar performance or existence, if you will.
They call you Dead Foot Ninja. Oh, Dead Foot Ninja. Yeah, I've had many good times at Benedict College. We had remember, were you in here in studio with us when we did the show a couple weeks ago, 2 Live Tuesday? You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and we had Howie Bell in.
You had your
frat brother.
Yeah, his frat brother. Yeah.
We many fun times, interesting times with the Benedict bros, the E-Square bros.
South Carolina State wasn't bad either now.
Yeah.
I done had some great times at South Carolina State.
Yeah. So Benedict is in Columbia, South Carolina, which is 40 minutes away from Orangeburg. So, yeah, a lot of back and forth between Benedict and Allen College, both of them HBCUs as well.
Yep.
Y'all ain't serious about no damn football and at
They
Benedict.
not. I wish it were. We done had so many different.
I like
coaching
y'all
changes.
colors.
I love it.
Benedict's colors, purple and gold.
I love the stadium too.
New stadium, real nice in the heart of Columbia, but y'all ain't trying to win no damn football games.
Nah.
All right, Walter, thank you. Cut your damn mic off. You around here kicking with no foot on like you some kind of Apache ninja. Like you from the Kicker tribe. This man from the Kicker tribe. Oh, boy, you are funny. 443820338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. I mean, you're kind of like a dinosaur. And not a dinosaur. Yeah. I mean, golly, man. You around here kicking with your shoes off. As much as black people would love to have shoes on, as much as they didn't let us have no damn shoes when we first got off the boat, you elected to take your shoe off and kick, and that has to hurt. Man, let me get you back on here one more second.
You won't believe
it doesn't hurt?
It did not. It never hurt.
In November? You
No.
kicking?
No, it never hurt. I swear for everything. It never hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, I find
No
that.
sandals for me, people.
I find that hard to believe. Oh, no sandals, waterhead. Y'all tripping in the chat room. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Marshawn Lynch says that he is good to go this weekend as the Seattle Seahawks travel to Charlotte, North Kakalaki to take on the Carolina Panthers. So that's good for Seattle Beast Mode. You know what? I like Seattle so much. I like Russell Wilson. I like Marshawn Lynch because, Marshawn Lynch is a rebel with a cause, like myself, anti-establishment. So I root for Marshawn Lynch, and I root for Russell Wilson, obviously, the plight of the black quarterback. I do. But, it's all about them Carolina Panthers this weekend, man. Cam Newton. All they got to do is win 2 games. I think this is going to be a great game, obviously, because both teams have great defense, man. I'll talk a little bit more about it when we talk about the Funky Four coming up in the next segment. But this is going to be a fantastic game. And Marshawn Lynch, who I think has missed, how many games has he missed? He hadn't played since November 15th this year with the abdominal issue that he had. And so he comes back this weekend for the Carolina Panthers. Couldn't come at a better time as they take on the 15-1 Carolina Panthers this weekend in Charlotte. 443820338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break, we will jump into Funky Four, the 4 biggest games in football this weekend. And I'll read more of your chat, man. A little bit different. Whenever I do the show outside of the normal studio that we do the show from, it's always a little bit different, feels a little bit different, probably sounds a little bit different too, different microphone. But it's all good, man. Having a good time on this fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. Don't go anywhere. More hot sports talk coming up on the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah, don't go anywhere. Keep it live.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-File, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7.
One question, if you're not stewing, what in the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Sports talk for the people. Sports talk for the people. There we go. Bring that down a little bit. 404-382-0338. You still got a couple of minutes to get your call in if you'd like. But I want to go ahead and do the Funky Four, the 4 biggest games in football this weekend. Actually, there's only 4 games. So we'll talk about the Funky Four right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Doesn't that sound dramatic, Walter?
I like that one.
The frozen tundra
I like that one.
of the Doug Stewart Show.
It sounds a whole lot better here than what I do over with the Two Live Stews.
Yeah.
I like this
Right,
here.
right, exactly. Maybe we should do the show from now on in this studio. But yeah, I just talked about it, man. 4 games, divisional games this weekend in the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs travel to New England on Saturday, 4:30 kickoff. Take on the Patriots. New England's favored by 4.5 points. The Chiefs have been playing just tremendous football over the last 10 or 11 weeks or so. Andy Reid doing a great job. Special teams, offense, defense is really the stalwart of that team. Jeremy Maclin, though, he has a high ankle sprain. It was feared that he had torn his ACL last week. That's not the case. They're saying that he's questionable for the game this weekend. I'm just happy that brother didn't hurt his knee again. Chiefs, -4.5 or +4.5 on the road against the Patriots. Patriots probably win this game, man, but I think the Chiefs can win it. I'm rooting for the Chiefs because y'all know I'm a Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, New England Patriots hater because there's some cheating bastards. So hopefully the Chiefs can get it done this weekend. That's a 4:30 kickoff on CBS. Also on Saturday, these are the games on tomorrow. Also on Saturday, the Packers take on the Cardinals in Tucson, Arizona, NBC, Scottsdale, Arizona, I believe. Arizona favored by 7 points. Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers kind of found their mojo last week in a huge win against the Minnesota Vikings. Can they keep it going? Maybe they'll get into that little hot streak like they did a couple of years ago when they won the Super Bowl, I believe, in 2010. Cardinals, though, phenomenal football this year. Phenomenal football this year. Carson Palmer playing the best football that he's played probably in his career. Cardinals, -7 against the Packers. I'm going Cardinals real easy. The Packers really shouldn't be here. Now, maybe once again they got it together and they figured some things out. But they don't have the talent, man. I don't think they're on the road to contend with the Cardinals this year. I like the Cardinals big with that great defense. And also on Sunday, the Seahawks taking on the Panthers. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Seahawks taking on the Panthers. 1 o'clock kickoff. I'll be in Birmingham, so don't text me the scores or nothing like that. I want to see it fresh. It's probably going to be impossible for me to do it, but I will watch these games on DVR. But Seahawks on the road taking on Carolina and Charlotte. Seahawks getting 1 point in this game. So this is basically a coin toss game, so says Vegas. Russell Wilson, obviously, against Cam Newton. That's a good look. Great defenses on both squads. Pete Carroll. And I always forget the coach's name at Carolina.
Carolina.
What's his name? Played for the Chicago Bears. I always forget his name. I just drew a blank.
Something like that.
Yes, Ramirez or Hernandez or something like that. Somebody in the chat room would tell me.
Yeah.
And I apologize for that. But the Seahawks taking on the Panthers this weekend, man. I like the Panthers to roll. Like, this might be a blowout. You know, Seattle really struggled last week. They really struggled last week. It was because a lot of it probably had to do with the conditions, with it being so cold in Minnesota. But I think the Panthers, this is their year, man. I like the Panthers to go to the Super Bowl. I've already talked about it over the last couple of weeks. And so I like the Seahawks or the Panthers to prevail in this game this coming weekend in Charlotte. In the last game, obviously, the Steelers taking on the Broncos. If it weren't for Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown's injuries, and we have just confirmed that Antonio Brown is a no-go for this weekend because of the concussion protocol. So it's Ben Roethlisberger at best with a bad shoulder. Just too much on the road in Denver, even though the Denver Broncos aren't that much better themselves with an old and decrepit Peyton Manning. They're at home. They got a stellar defense. The Steelers' defense hadn't been, Steeler-like on their defensive side of the ball this year as well. Ben Roethlisberger hobbled. No Antonio Brown once again. Broncos favored by 7 in this one. I like the Broncos to roll as well. So there you have it, the Funky Four. I like the Chiefs. I like the Cardinals. I like the Panthers. And I like the Denver Broncos. There you have it. So say the Doug Stewart Show. There you have it. Uncle Luke says, Doug picked the Panthers. We're done. Sir, stop it. Because I picked the Panthers, you are not done. Doug, please don't pick the Panthers. Please, Doug, from Texas.
I'm telling you, I think the Seahawks got this one.
Listen, man, y'all getting kind of carried away with this whole Doug is not a good prognosticator. I'm probably the best prognosticator on Atlanta radio over the last 15 years.
Don't prognosticate too much; you might go blind.
Take away. That's right. Breaking news: I'm the best prognosticator on Atlanta radio. Take away this little mishap that I had this year with Georgia Tech playing in the national championship game. I'm a fantastic prognosticator. Seriously. So if I'm telling you go with Carolina, if I'm telling you go with Denver, if I'm telling you that the Patriots and the Chiefs game is a coin toss, don't take that one because I'm just really going with my heart, not my head. If I tell you, to go with those games, those winners, trust me on it. Don't bet any money, but trust me on it. So as I was telling you in the last segment, the other time that I kind of had like a shining moment when I was at Newberry College back in 1988. Shut up. It's my show. I'm going to tell a damn story. Shut up. Is during this week of practice and throughout preseason practices, the coaches realized somehow, I don't know what it was, that I was a phenomenal athlete and that I could actually go over the top. When I say go over the top, what I'm talking about is like a goal line situation. They'd hand me the ball deep in the backfield, and I could actually not hurdle because I wasn't using, I wasn't jumping over them, but I could dive over the top, a la Herschel Walker, a la Bo Jackson, that type of thing. And so this particular week, man, we're in this game, and I think it might even have been in overtime. I got the newspaper clipping back at the crib at my mama's house. If y'all don't believe me, I'll bring it, and I'll post it on social media. But We were on the goal line. It was 4th and like goal from the 1. I think we had to score a touchdown or whatever. And they called my number. Off the bench, they called me in to go over the top.
Douglas, you go in.
Duck. You think you could do this? I can remember Coach Smallin, that was his name. Coach Smallin pulls me over, grabs me by both shoulders, looks at me. We need you to get this 1 yard. Can you do this? And we had practiced it like a lot of times in practice over the first couple of weeks. And I didn't think we'd actually do it. I'm cold. I hadn't been in the game, and, as a running back starting. And they bring me in, man, and we go over. They call the play. They snap the ball, man. They hand it off to me, and I go over the top, and I was scared to fumble. So instead of reaching over, I kind of keep the ball bundled up, man, and linebacker catches me right in midair, and I thought I had crossed, but they said I didn't cross. We lose the game.
Oh no.
We lose the game.
God.
And so everybody is like, man, you look like you got in. Yeah, well, but then when I got to the sideline, man, Cass was kind of like not talking to me. I felt bad
tough.
because it was like they
tough.
believe so much in me. I'm a true freshman now. They believe so much in me. To bring me in off, they took the starter off, which should tell you a lot right there. They took the starter out, brought me in for one play to go over the top. And they say they stopped me. The ref said they stopped me, but it was a damn lie. I scored.
How hard did the linebacker hit you?
Well, he caught me in midair, but I had already crossed. It was like an inch away. We weren't on the 1 yard line. We were like the 1 inch line.
Y'all were there, yeah.
So I definitely went forward. I swear I wish I had that video, man. Y'all videotaped
them back then?
Oh, yeah, they videotaped. What are you saying, Walter?
I'm just saying. You say that I'm so young. I'm just.
You act like we played during prehistoric times or something like that. This was back in 1988. How old are you? You was 27.
That's.
So you were born in 88?
Yeah.
You were born in 1988?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Look what my life has come to. I'm doing radio with a freaking greenhorn that was born the year I was playing college football. Damn, you shouldn't have told me that.
It's all right. I mean, it's all good.
Doug lost the game. Now, see that?
Wish they had instant replay. Shouts out to KC.
Yeah. I'm reading this chat. Doug did the Elway helicopter. Yeah. Dude straight caught me in the air. I didn't do the Elway helicopter, but dude caught me straight in the air, linebacker. And I swear, and maybe I will. Next time I go to my mama house and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I'm going to try to find that clipping, and I'll post it on social media. They actually talk about it. It was a big article. They actually talk about it. The guy writing the story in the paper, I think it was the state paper or whatever, Newberry did get a little love on Sunday, the Sunday paper. And the guy writing the article even said it, that I scored.
You crossed the line.
Yeah. He's like, everybody could tell he scored. It was like a big controversial play in relative terms to Newberry versus Catawba. It wasn't Michigan versus Ohio State, but it was a big deal.
Could have started. I think you might have started the rivalry. We need to go check that out and see if there's a rivalry still going on between Catawba and
well, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is.
They probably even got it as a documentary. It started with Doug Stewart.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so, yeah, man, I got stories like that for days, man. I don't come in here and talk about it, but we started talking about, Benedict College and that sorry program.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, I'll take that.
What else were we talking about? We were talking about you kicking
field goals, yeah.
Barefoot, for Stevenson. Was it Stevenson or where'd you finish up? You went to a couple different high schools.
I finished at Stevenson High School, yeah.
Yeah, y'all be cheating around there too, don't y'all?
Nah, never did. We just have talent.
Y'all got mad talent at Stevenson.
We got a lot of talent. No championships, though. That's the tough part about it.
But there's so many programs in the state of Georgia, man. It's hard to win.
It's very
the program near my house, McEachin, man. They got so much money, man. They get $1 million a year endowment.
I watched McEachin play, and they are legitimately.
I mean, they got real mad facilities. They just built a new press box better than most colleges' press boxes, man. And every year they fall a little bit short, man. I mean, it's just so many good programs. They're about to come out with 7A this year or 6A?
They're already at 6A.
They're already at 6A.
The state of Georgia's already at 6A.
They've been doing 6A for many years, right?
They started that about 4 years ago.
Okay, maybe Maybe, I don't know. I thought I'd heard something about they're going to come up with a new
7A?
With 7A. Yeah.
How many kids are
crazy?
It's a lot of people moving to Georgia.
It's a lot of people moving to Georgia.
A lot of single moms trying to restart with their grown kids. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, when we get back from the show, man, when we get back from the break, we'll finish up today's show. I'll read chat. That's all I'll do, man, on the Doug Stewart Show. All right? Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. Don't go away.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. I'm going to chill tonight. I'm not going to do nothing tonight. Still trying to recover from a couple of nights ago celebrating the Delta's anniversary. And I've said it many, many times before, and I can't say it and stress it enough. Walter, you're 27.
Yep.
When you hit 30, when you hit about 35, it's a RAP, bruh. I'm just telling you right now. I think that's the definitive mark and where I realized and figured out, it's all downhill from here, man. Seriously. So you got a couple more years. You still got your hair. You got a couple of little waves running through your hair right now. We talked about waves the other day on the show.
Hence the word waterhead, Walter. I appreciate that.
So I can't recover. The point in bringing that up is I can't recover like I used to, man. And It takes me 2 days. If I stay out late and if I have more than like 3 drinks, like I'm done for the next 2 days. Whereas when I was in college back in the day, high school and college, I go out and party.
Nap for 5 minutes.
Right. I go out and party on a Thursday night. We used to party back in the day on Thursday night at South Carolina State. And so I go and hang out all night to about 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. Drink about 2, 3 40s. Play some spades. Sleep for about an hour and a half. And I'll make an 8 o'clock class.
Yeah, that's how he did.
Now?
That's how he did. That's how he did.
Man, let me tell you something, man. If I even attempted to do an all-nighter like that, I probably just would die.
I tried.
I mean, I tried to think of a cuter word just to come up with. I probably would just die. I'm serious, man.
I went to homecoming this past year, and I had to get back here early in the morning to make sure that I, was here for the stews.
Right.
And I went Friday night, and I left Friday night. And normally in college, we could do those overnight road trips.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
3 hour.
Yeah.
3 hours is nothing.
Come on, man.
I said, let me stop at this rest stop for about an hour.
Oh, yeah.
I said, let me stop.
Oh, yeah. I never did that when I was younger. I never stopped at no damn
I
rest
never
stop.
stopped either, but this time I was just like, I'm just.
At least twice a year. I'll probably go back home to see my mama probably like 5 times in a year, okay? Sometimes just for a day, sometimes for 2 days. But when I do go home, I always go out and kick it with the homeboys or whatever, and I have a little drinking binge or whatever. Half the time that I come back from Atlanta from one of those trips back to the crib, I stop at the little rest stop right there on 20 and sleep for an hour.
Right.
In my mind, I tell myself I'm gonna drive the whole way through, but my body be telling me.
Yeah.
Like R. Kelly said, my body's telling me no. You got to pull your ass over and rest, baby, or you going to drive your ass off the bridge.
Stewies, y'all can stop this at any time you guys want to, please.
Oh, man, the dogs and poodles love to hear when I sing, man. Shut up. Shut up, Stewies.
It's tough.
Yeah, man.
Now.
So,
I see it now.
I never stopped at no rest stop back in the day, but that's a necessity now that I stop and get me like a 30-minute power nap. Or I'm going to run off the road. It's as simple as that. From Uncle Luke's Low Country Boil, Doug is in the Pop Warner Hall of Fame. Now, that's a true story. Even the studio audience remembers my Little League days. And I don't brag. I don't talk about all of that stuff, man. But whenever it comes up, I love reliving those memories. From Brian Hill, he says, Stevenson, the UGA of high school, all the talent, but come up short. Is that an accurate description of Stevenson?
Yeah, we funneled a lot of players into UGA as well, so
man,
I guess it's about right.
What's those boys' name? Reggie Ball brothers?
Yeah.
The Ball brothers?
Yeah.
Didn't all of them go to Stevenson?
Yes, except one. Last one was at Roswell.
The linebacker, the one that played at Florida State, was an animal. Is he in the league?
Yeah, he's playing with the Carolina Panthers now.
Oh, okay.
He's a safety. He's actually a practice squad safety. The whole Odell Beckham situation,
right?
He was behind it.
What do you mean he was behind it?
He had the bat on the field.
Oh, that was the dude that had the bat, one of the Ball brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, them Ball brothers got real attitude.
Yeah. Oh, listen, don't mess with them. Don't mess with them, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody I told y'all that.
Wow, okay. What's his first name?
Marcus.
Marcus Ball.
Squid!
From KC, he says same dudes who was judging Doug's step shows were refs that day. You probably right, bruh. I told this story, Walter, and Walter's an alpha, which is a problem in itself.
Really?
Nah.
We started it now. Come on.
Greek love.
Yeah.
But yeah, I told a story, Walter. You probably remember the day I told a story about how, they shaft us out of step shows every year.
Oh, yeah.
The Alphas.
Beta D.
Yeah, Beta Delta. That's the name of their chapter. And I got some good friends over there, man. From Andre Elam, Loose Neck, you are killing me. From T-Dub, he says, Doug, you had one job. I guess he's talking about that little over-the-top story.
Over-the-top story, yeah.
I did, man. I had one job, and I promise you, I am going to make sure. That when I go back to the crib, my mother has all of our clippings. My mother has, like, drawers of clippings from, like, I got Little League clippings, no lie. They used to post, like, a a little story in the local newspaper about our Little League football scores. And I know my mother has the clipping of that fateful day where I tried to go over the top, and the ref said I fell a little bit short, but they're a damn lie. I made it. So I'll definitely go home and bring that back. Let me read one more of your chat messages, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Brian Hill, Reggie Ball should have took his no quarterback and asked UGA.
So much.
Was UGA recruiting Reggie Ball?
Auburn was recruiting him, and actually he was waiting on a call from Auburn. And the story was told to me from him. He said that he was waiting on a call. He said he had all but signed with Auburn, but the recruiter never called. And he said by the time he had signed with Tech, the recruiter was like, "What happened?" He said, "You never called me," so he went to Tech.
For people that don't know, I got to always remember, man, a huge portion of our listenership, of our audience, man, is not in Metro Atlanta. But Reggie Ball, if you don't remember, Reggie Ball played quarterback for Georgia Tech. He was the quarterback when Calvin Johnson was there and didn't live up to a lot of the expectations. You remember when Reggie Ball got to Georgia Tech, the talk was he kind of had like a good freshman year.
Very good. He was the first, yeah.
And then he kind of fell off. Good guy. I know him off record through Walter. But when he got to Georgia Tech, the expectation was that he was going to be the next Joe Hamilton.
Big time.
And that actually was not the case. That actually was not the case. I know that's your boy.
No, I mean, he'll tell you the same thing. He knows what the deal is.
And Reggie used to talk trash, and he used to get flags thrown on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real rough era in Georgia Tech football, man. And then there was this whole conversation about we got this all-world wide receiver, and Reggie Ball can't even get him the ball. Like, they always talk about how Calvin was great despite Reggie Ball.
The crazy thing is that season, Calvin was ranked for the Heisman. Reggie was actually at the bottom of the list for Heisman as well. That's the crazy thing about it.
Right.
And it's still cool, though. It's a cool story. You know what I mean? We all have those conversations.
Yeah.
Me, him, DeMario Mentor, former cornerback from UGA.
Right.
We've had conversations at times where they went at it on the field. So it's all love.
Right. I mean, Reggie, bro, just like I didn't make it across that goal line,
He didn't.
you didn't mount up to Joe Hamilton, and that's not an easy thing to do.
At all.
It's all good, though. We got our memories. I mean, we got memories. I got real memories. I got real stories. Maybe I should tell a story every single day. Maybe I should tell a story Shut up!
Story time with Doug.
Yeah, a football story. I could tell a football story every single day.
Let's put that together. Story time with Doug.
Well, I tell stories all the time. I'm actually a very talented storyteller in general, but I'm talking just specific football stories. You know, your boy and his little brother Ryan Stewart played football in the Monks Corner Youth League from the age of 7 through the NFL. So we got stories for days. Maybe that's what we'll do. Doug and his memories. Please write a book. I could really write a book. Yeah. Maybe I'll write a book.
Could be.
Or we'll just do Dougie's football stories daily because I got a million.
Told by Doug.
Yeah. I mean, I don't lie. I don't embellish and stuff like that. Man.
Doug's memoirs.
From KC, real memories aren't real with the number of concussions Doug has had. Why you got to bring up old stuff? Man? Hey, thank you so much for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. Walt, appreciate it, man. Had a little fun doing this today, man.
I had fun, man. I got to do this some more.
Yeah. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. Thank you so much for tuning in to the show. Yes, sir. Y'all be careful on them streets out there. Ball award to you, Waterhead Walter, my man Dwayne Vassan, Gerald Oliveri. Thank you. And once again, to all of the Stewies, man, if there's no you, there's no me. Baller award and thank you to Pink Gator and beans and cornbread on this hot-ass track.
Turn up.
Yes, sir. Turn up. All right, we'll do it again Monday. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Y'all be careful on them streets. Oh, I'm glad I remembered. Somebody asked yesterday, I think it was Mocha, to tell us how much we won on the Powerball. We actually won $16. Walter, you don't know the whole story.
We going to cookout.
I'm bitter about that.
We going to cookout and getting us some cookout trays.
But we actually won. We hit the Powerball 4 times. I think it was 10. So they gave me $4 per Powerball, and that was it.
Milkshakes for everybody.
So we won $16. So I told y'all I had some administrative fees that I had to pay added on to the money that y'all sent. And so I actually came out of my pocket about $40+ from Stewart Media and Entertainment. But it's all good. We're going to put that back in the kitty, and we'll do another lottery pool together as the Doug Stewart Show. Y'all be careful on them streets. Peace.